camp is going real well for me. Obviously, it's a transition for me and a different kind of feel for me where I'm having to learn a playbook and things like that. But I'm having fun at the same time. Guys have made the transition smooth for me. I'm definitely having fun. I'm definitely looking forward to getting my first game under my belt with the Argonauts, and trying to get some chemistry down with Matt and things like that to get our season started. It's definitely a weird feeling, but at the same time, it's still football, and I'm still just taking one day at a time. And like I said, I'm having fun again.
So last year was a tough year for you, obviously, with injuries and other things that went on. The year before, you don't play, the league doesn't play. So it's 3 seasons since you were the dominant player in the CFL. How close are you to that guy?
To be honest, I wouldn't know until I get out there and play a couple games under my belt. To be honest, I feel better, as in like physical wise, body wise. I feel better than I felt when I was a top guy in the league. I don't know if I'm aging backwards or forward, but I'm definitely feeling back, healthy and fresh. And like I said, I'm ready to show what Speedy B still can do. A lot of people doubted me after last year and a couple of injuries, but I just want to go back out there and show the things that I used to do that I'm still capable of doing.
So do you and Andrew Miller have this competition about who's not going to age?
Hey, I guess it's just in our genes, the good genes our parents put in us. But at the same time, I think both of us, we just have the love for the game of football, and we love this game so much. It's keeping us out there, keeping us feeling young, and we just try to battle to see who can stay the longest.
When you do what you did in Hamilton, the only most outstanding player of the last 20 years, only 3 of the last 50 years. How hard is it to leave when you're such a part of a community and a team?
Oh, it was definitely hard. It was hard. But at the end of the day, you always know good things always come to an end, right? So I think timing was well. The Tycast organization, I have nothing but the utmost respect for them. They made me to who I am today. I love that organization, but it was time to move on, and I'm happy to be where I am now.
Was it easier because June Jones wasn't there?
No, I wouldn't say that at all. First of all, Coach O is probably one of the best coaches I've ever been around. So the coaching has nothing to do with that. The best coach I ever played for is Coach O as of right now. So that has nothing to do with June Jones not being there. Coach O was there. He was one of the best coaches I've been around. So it was just more of inside stuff, and they was trying to move on to younger receivers, which I understood, and it's time to move on.
How much do you expect to see the ball now?
I have no idea, to be honest. Like I said, we got to get a couple games under our belt to see our identity on offense. I'm just here to fit in with the other guys. I'm just here to maybe go a couple of deep balls or whatever the guys need me to do. I'm just happy to contribute any way I can on offense. So wherever I can fit in, that's what I want to do.
Thanks, Brendan.
I appreciate it.
Next question from Nick Ponorowski from Argonauts.ca.
Hey, Brandon. Just one question for you, and it was just something I've always been curious about. I don't think there's anybody who's a bigger believer in Brandon Banks than Brandon Banks. You're such a positive guy. You do it in your talks on social media and stuff. Where does your positivity come from? Who's been kind of the main instillers in that in you as you've grown up?
To be honest, my father. My father just always coached me just every time you get in a negative situation, just try to find positive in it. And then to be honest, I really got this way during the pandemic, to be honest, when I went to my therapy sessions. I have a therapy session that I go to, and they're just teaching me how to think positive. And to be honest, it's really, really working out for me, because I was a guy that always, when something happens, I always think something, the bad. I always think with the bad instead of the positive. So like you said, within the last 2 or 3 years, I've just been trying to preach that and just, talking to myself and thinking positive, and good things been happening for me.
That's wonderful. Glad to hear that, Brandon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next question from Frank Ziccarelli, Toronto Sun.
Brandon, is the NBA Finals over, or is there going 7 games?
I wanted to go 7, man, but it's going to be tough. To be honest, I was thinking the Celtics was going to win, but, man, they're struggling right now. As a fan, I wanted to go 7, but it's going to be tough for the Celtics to go in and get that game 6 win.
Man, that Canadian kid Wiggins, man, he kicked ass yesterday.
If he had, I told some of the teammates this morning, if he get 20 plus points next game and over at least 7 to 8 rebounds, he should be Finals MVP in my book because he's been playing excellent every game.
Oh no, he's not gonna get him. Come on, Brandon.
He should. He should.
No,
Of course,
man.
the bigger name is going to win, but the way he's been playing, the 15 and 16 rebounds that he got a couple of games ago kept them in the game to be able to win that game. So I think he's been balling. I think he's the MVP right now.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Finals MVP, not team MVP. Finals.
No, I know. I hear it. Well, when the Raptors won, Hubie Brown gave Fred VanVleet a vote.
Right.
Yeah. No, football wise, Brandon, I'm always curious. BMO's the only grass field. What is your impression of BMO Field?
I think I grew up, to be honest, I like grass. I grew up off grass in North Carolina. To be honest, I didn't get on turf until I was in college at Kansas State. So I think grass for me, I think I run a little bit faster in a way. And I think it's better on your body, to be honest. Obviously, I'm a little bit older, and I think that turf wear and tears on your knees. So the grass is pretty much a favorite on my side.
Yeah, the only downside is that you guys don't get access until game day. What is your routine? What is your routine on game day? Do you like to show up very, very early and go through a lot of mental visualization?
I'll be honest, I want to show up real late because the worst part of football is waiting on the football game. I think that takes more energy out of me than actually playing. I hate sitting there waiting and continue stretching. I don't want to do too much to use so much of my energy before a game. So to be honest, if I could just get there an hour before the game and then warm up and just play, I would. I don't like being there too early because I don't want to use too much energy up.
Brandon, my last question is: can a team set a tone in a season opener? Like, can you guys establish an identity right away, or is that something that's going to take time to establish?
To be honest, me personally, I think it takes time. Every game is different, right? You see different opponents and different schemes. So I think it takes time. I think, to be honest, you need 3 or 4 games under your belt to see what type of team you are and what's your strengths and weaknesses. So I don't think one game can identify you. You can just go out there and learn from it and get better from one game. So I think it takes 3 or 4 games to learn who you really are.
Thanks a lot, Brandon. Good luck.